Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I told y'all I was gonna be back sooner than later because I've been taking way too much time between vlogs. But I told y'all I was going on the trip, so I was like, let me get some footage for y'all, and I flopped. Like, I don't know, I guess I was just so caught in the moment while I was there, but I'm gonna just tell y'all what happened. So I went to Baltimore to go see my step family and just kind of check in because I hadn't been up that way since, I don't know, since like before COVID. So I just kind of wanted to go and check in on my stepsister and see how my stepdad was doing. And of course, get to DC and see how my friends are doing because I haven't seen my friends in like almost a year. And that's just insane to me. But let me get into this trip because there was quite a few things that unfolded. I've been back for about a week now, and I probably just got unpacked like, I don't know, 2 days ago, just because it was so much. It was a turnaround trip, and then I got home, had to get right back into the flow of everything, and then I had some family come stay. So I'm just letting y'all know. Yes, it's sooner than later with the video this time, but it was a slight delay. I wanted to get more footage of what I was doing, but I was doing too much. But like I said, I was just doing too much and didn't get a chance to record. But then I'm like, was I doing just enough? Because I was living in the moment. I wasn't, on my phone the whole time. I was actually enjoying my trip. So let's get into the trip. So I worked on Friday night, and my best friend ended up coming that night. Like, she stayed with me Friday, and then I wanted to go to bed a lot sooner than I did that night, but I didn't pack up until that point, so I was up a little bit later, knowing that I had to drive the next day, so I was up packing. So then Saturday morning comes, and I don't know, I got a decent amount of sleep. It wasn't optimal, but it was a decent amount. So we drive from West Virginia to Maryland, and it was a nice trip. Like, I feel like it went by fast, y'all. Like, me and my best friend just had a chance to talk uninterrupted because we're always texting and sending voice messages and talking on the phone, but there's always like interruptions from just life and stuff like that. So it was nice to just have like 5 hours to talk uninterrupted. She was asleep a lot of the time, but when she was up, we did talk. So yeah, we get there, and this is what's crazy. So for me to have been up so late packing, I didn't have anything to wear like once I got there. And I kind of had a consensus of like, despite me doing all that to pack, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to shop once I get there for something to even like wear out because I don't have anything. I really felt like I didn't have anything. So as soon as we got to Maryland, we didn't even check into the hotel. We went to a local mall and we kind of poked around looking for different things, and we was not having no luck. Like, for the first maybe hour or so, I was like, I'm just not seeing anything. I'm just not, nothing I'm connecting with. It's nothing that I can see myself feeling confident in and wanting to take pictures in. And what's so crazy is didn't even take pictures. Didn't even take pictures, but was so pressed about finding the perfect outfit to not only feel good in, but look good in for pictures, and didn't even take pictures. So period. So after that, we did end up finding something like at the tail end of us looking for something. It was like we had to scour the place we were at. And I don't remember the name of the boutique, but they were celebrating their owner's birthday or something like that, or something like some kind of celebration. So I did go in there. They had a nice like setup outside, and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on over here? And they had some cute stuff in there, and I did find me something that I was like, okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. I'm gonna post the outfit here so y'all can see. This is what I ended up going with because I knew that night we were going to DC to see my friend. So I was like, I want something comfortable, something I can, move around in, walk around in, and just feel like I look good in, and know I look good in. So period. So after that, my best friend, she found her a couple things too. So we was like, okay, we got us something going. So we ended up going back to the hotel, actually checking into the hotel for the first time. Because mind y'all, we had done all this without even checking in. And the hotel was so beautiful, was so homey. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but it's like when I start feeling a hotel, it's like I really to be treating it like a little home away from home. Like, we was enjoying all the little amenities of the hotel. We was at the bar. We didn't go to the pool, but we was definitely just like feeling pretty at home, and it was a nice setup. It was enough space. It was quite a bit of space. It was space to entertain. Like, if you wanted to entertain up in there, you could have. And it was space for us to like get our remote work set up together. But I didn't end up having to work from there. My best friend, she worked a shift from there, and she said it went okay and she was comfortable. So really got my head kind of turning a little bit. I'll get into that more, but definitely had my thoughts doing some things after I seen how comfortable it was for her to work in that setting. Let's leave it at that. So we get dressed, we get all made up, all dolled up, and we drive to DC. I don't know, we probably got there at like 9 o'clock, I don't know. But it was just so crazy because it's bringing back so many memories of when I lived in Baltimore and I would drive to DC to see my friends, and I would just get into all these shenanigans and then have to drive this hour and some change back to Maryland like nothing happened, and would do it quite often. Like, just was having the time of my life for real, but still having to make this trek back to Maryland at the end of the day. So that's kind of what it was reminding me of. Yeah, so we got there and we met up with my friend from college, Trayvon, and I've been meaning to see him for a minute. Like, I don't know how I got so disconnected from my people the way I have, but life just be, time just be flying. You don't realize, I don't know, just how much like your connections and friendships can get away from you if you don't like tend to them. So was so happy to see him. We ended up going to get something to eat. So after that, me and Trayvon got to talk and get caught up on his love drama and mine and vice versa, and where everybody is at, and how just, getting caught up, like just being able to lay eyes on your friends and see like how they're doing instead of just over the phone. Like, it feels good to be able to do stuff every now and then. So after that, we met up with my other friend from college, Kaya, which I love her so, so, so much. She invited us to this rooftop party, and we went up there, and it was just a nice vibe. It was nice to see the city sights from up there, and just everybody was chill and have a few drinks, and everybody just connecting again. Like, hey, like, how have you been doing? Just this simple gesture of just, hey, I just want to check in with you. Like, I just want to be around you just to make sure you're good and just enjoy your company again. Like, I've missed you. Like, that being the only premise of like linking up with them, like it just being really genuine and intention, and just so happy to see my friends. Like, that's all I could say. Like, I'm probably going way too in depth with it, but I'm just happy to see my friends at this point. And we kind of wrapped up there, and at the end of our little time there, I run into this girl that I knew from like college days too, but she ain't in no way connected to them. This is a girl I knew my freshman year before this is a girl they don't even know, pretty much. And she came our freshman year, like the first semester, and we were like really cool. And then I don't know where this girl just like up and leaves. Like, she don't say nothing. I'm just like, what happened to this girl? Like, I never knew what happened to this girl. Like, I knew that she had gone to DC for some time because she's from West Virginia, I believe. But I know that she had gone to DC for some time for like a work program, but I never knew anything beyond that. So I see this girl at this club in DC, like two West Virginia girls running into each other at this club in the middle of DC. It's actually so crazy. But I seen her and we screamed, and I was just like holding her hand. We was like jumping up and down. I was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Like, cause it was just like, what are you doing here? And it was like, what am I doing here? Like, what's the chances that we would have bumped into each other after all this time? Cause I didn't like, you gotta think that was in like 2013, the last time I seen this girl. It's 2022. No, don't tell me that. But anyway. I was just ecstatic. I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, that was definitely a moment that stuck with me because I was able to tell her, and you'll notice this theme throughout my trip. I was just able to communicate things to people that I've been wanting to say to them for so long. Like, just finally being in an emotional place to do so. Like, with her, it was just like, you don't know how much I've thought about you. Like, you don't know how much I wondered what happened to you. Like, out of concern, like, out of love, out of the friendship that we had built in this short amount of time, I always wondered what happened with you. Like, was you good? And I could tell that, that kind of did something for her. Like, oh, somebody was like, somebody out there in the world was thinking of me all this time and thought about my well-being. And it's just like, yeah. So it was a lot of clarity. It felt really good for me to know that, oh, this person is not only doing okay, but they're doing exceptional. Like, they're thriving where they are. And that might not have been the case all those years ago. And it was just really beautiful to just see that she was doing really well. And that really made my night. It didn't even really matter what happened over the course of the rest of the trip. I was just like, yeah, that emotional experience in itself, 10 out of 10. Trip 10 out of 10 based off of that. So after that, my friends, I don't know if they was just like, okay, it's getting a little too emotional up in here. They was like, let's go dancing. So I was like, okay, let's go dancing. So we go to another club and it's high energy and everybody's just having fun, just connecting and just enjoying the music. That was playing Beyonce Renaissance, so period. I have been wanting to hear that in a club setting since it came out, so I was blessed enough to have that experience, and it was just a lot of fun. My best friend, like, she had a lot of fun, and it was just nice to get my best friend out of like our usual work mode, our usual like blah 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 day-to-day life. Like, it was just nice to see her in a different environment, kind of letting her hair down, letting loose a little bit. I was just happy to see that. Then after that, I don't even know, y'all, it's probably like 2 a.m. at this point. So we go down on the street and my childhood friend Michael is like, hey, like, where are you at? I was gonna come see you, I was gonna come meet up with you and talk and hang out. And, I'm just on the street with my friends. We're just laughing, kikiing. And Trayvon's little, I don't know what to call. He called him his ex at the time. But I don't know. That's not my situation to speak on. But he was out there with us. And I really, enjoyed his company. And I just thought he was a really sweet guy. And I love the conversation topics and learning about how he got to DC. And I just thought he was a sweet guy. But I was like, dang, I don't know if I can get too close to you because I don't know what you got going on with my friend. But I was like, oh, really enjoying the convo. And I definitely got him on Instagram after the fact because I was like, I want to stay in touch with you. So he joins the party. My childhood friend Michael joins the party. And yeah, we're just like hanging out essentially. Like, we're just chilling. We're drinking a little bit, laughing, kikiing, just enjoying human connection on a warm summer night. Like, that's really all it comes down to. And we're living it up. Like, we just on like cloud nine with each other. Just everybody is chatting, different convos, going different ways, like swapping combos. You come in this one, you come out of that one. Like, just talking, like I said, just enjoying human connection. And everything was cool. Everything was cool until I don't even know what was going on, but it's just like, there was a car in front of me. I noticed there was a car in front of, because we are chilling all around my car, like on the street, like my car is parked. And out of nowhere, this huge, I guess, I don't even know what it was. It's like a Tahoe or something. My best friend to tell you more than I can. Backs into my car as we all sat in there kikiing. And I don't know if I had too much to drink, or if I was just, don't be caring. I don't know what was going on in my mind, but I'm just watching it. Like, as it unfolds, I'm just watching that it happen. And it looks like everybody is like wanting a reaction from me, but I'm just like watching that it happen, because as soon as they backed in, they took off. They drove off, and my best friend jumped into action with her phone. She was chanting the license plate as they drove off. Had her phone out taking pictures. She took a picture of my car. My best friend, she don't play. So I mean there was nothing done in my car, but I was like, damn, like, you really just gonna back into my vehicle and then pull off? Like, that's not crazy to you, but you know, anyway. So my best friend took it upon herself to drive me and her back to the hotel. And at this point, y'all, it was probably a good 6 to 7 a.m. And your girl was pressed for the hotel breakfast, but didn't make it. Literally passed out in bed and didn't wake up till probably 12 or 1 the next day. So the second day, I was like, okay, let me get it. Let's come back to center. I was like, let's come back to center a little bit. So I was like, what's up with my sister? I need to see where my sister's at. Is she moved into her dorm? Is she at my stepfather's? What's going on? So again, I had to go shopping again because I just didn't feel like I had anything that I needed. Like, I was like, I need to go get some more clothes. So went shopping again that morning for an outfit for the day and probably the day after that. Found a few things, came back home, got dressed, took a shower, got dressed, did a little something. And I hit up my sister. I was like, where you at? She was like, I'm at my dorm at Towson University. You can come pull up if you want to. And I was like, of course. So I drove to Towson. It was maybe like 25, 30 minutes from the hotel. And I don't really like Towson like that, no shade. From what I've seen, I don't really like Towson like that. I didn't even really like that when we used to visit like back in the day, but that's not my location, so it is what it is. But yeah, and then y'all asked me, like, I told my stepfather that. He was like, what do you not like about it? I was like, I don't know, it's just kind of like, and this is crazy coming from somebody from West Virginia, but it's I don't know, I just feel like it's too hilly for the amount of walking you gotta do, plus the lack of parking. It's just like a lot going on down there. It's just too much, too many together for me. So I parked my car and I went up to her dorm, and it was really nice. I was like, oh my gosh, my Gracie is all grown up. Like, what? Because when our parents first got married, she was maybe like, I don't know, she might have been going to middle school or in middle school, and I was her college age when I came into her picture. So it was just crazy to see, like, oh my gosh, Gracie is growing up. Like, Gracie is in her own dorm. Like, Gracie's in college. Gracie's in her second year of college. Like, it just wasn't clicking for me. Like, it was just like, oh my God, this baby, like, she's not even a baby. She always feels like a baby sister, but it's just like, she really is a woman now. Like, I have to come at her like woman to woman when we talk. Like, she always gonna be my baby sister, but it's like, she's got her own opinion. She's got her own, like, obstacles. She has her own relations with people. Like, she's like the age I was when I first came into her picture. I can't stress that enough. So I don't know, it's really cool to talk with her and see how college is going, see what she's studying, seeing who she's becoming friends with, seeing what possibilities in life she's wanting to pursue. Just a lot. And she said a lot to me that I needed to hear. And again, this theme of, I was able to say a lot of things to her that, I might not have been in the frequency or in the place to say prior to that. Like, one of the things she said that made my heart warm was, like, she's like, yeah, you gotta go by the old house and see how Dad has, like, switched it up. She was like, Stephanie would have loved it, Stephanie being my mom. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. And then I, like, told her, I was like, yeah, like, I want to actively have a relationship with you. Like, yeah, we had this really traumatic thing that happened to us, being my mom passed away, which would have been her stepmom. But there's a reason that we were brought together in that brief time span. There's a reason that we all connected, even though it seemed crazy and it was really confusing and it was really heartbreaking in the moment. There's no reason we were all brought together for us to just not be in each other's lives, like, after the fact. So definitely was able to say that to her, and it felt really good. It just feels so good to be emotionally transparent and to be received well. Like, that feeling it's so healing and it's so validating and it's so assuring. Like, I can't think of any other terms to describe it. So after I left that, of course, I took a couple pictures of my Gracie and there's a couple videos because the auntie mode. I'm gonna always be in auntie mode with my phone. I'm gonna get my pictures, I'm gonna get my videos, except when I'm apparently out doing me. But when I'm trying to get my people, I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get my pictures, I'm gonna get my videos so that I can look back and smile every now and then. So after that, I went to my stepfather's house and he wasn't too far from my hotel. So it was cool to see like how he had changed the home, like since my mom had passed, since I had been there for my birthday before COVID. And I was like, wow, like Gracie was right. Like my mom would have loved this. Like it was a beautiful setup. He has like new furniture, new flooring, new everything. And I was just like, this is beautiful. Like this is exactly what my mom would have wanted. So yeah, after that, you all, after that really emotionally charged like afternoon, I just kind of went back to the hotel and just took it all in and just took it all in, just like let things process and got some rest. My best friend was working her shift from the hotel, so we were just kind of chilling. And then the next day, we woke up. I'm trying to think what we did. Oh, the next day, y'all. It's never a dull moment. It's literally never a dull moment. So the next day we go to the Arboretum and I had been there a couple of times. Like my ex used to take me all the time. And I always liked it. Like it was a place I always returned back to like when I go to DC because it's like the perfect mix. It's like the city and then it's like the nature-esque. So yeah, we went and I could not quite remember what section I used to hang out in. So me and my best friend just took off walking. And we took off walking. And we took off walking. And we walked for what had to have been 2.5 miles. To the point where it was like, okay, let's just turn around. Let's just turn it around because I don't know. And I was like, as we walking and drenched in sweat, I'm like looking at my phone. I'm trying to read this map on my phone. Like as we're moving and walking and I'm sweating and sweat is like one of mine. I'm like trying to read this map. And I'm like, how do I tell this girl that the location we need to get to, we got to get back in my car and drive a little bit. So she's a good sport about it. We was both like, okay, we probably needed the exercise. And it was a nice day. So we finally get to what we was trying to see all the time. And we're just checking out these different plant species, just stuff that is right up our alley, like something that me and my best friend already bond over. We love nature, we love plants, we love anything in that realm. We're mountain girls. So it was just nice to have that little moment on our trip and see all the sights and just enjoy each other's company and be out in nature together. It just was a perfect blend, minus the walking damn near 15 miles. So after that, y'all, we hit the road. Like it wasn't much else to say, wasn't much else to do. I came and I conquered. The initial point of the trip was just to kind of get like one more thing in before the summer for both of us. And then particularly for me, I wanted to catch up with my step family. And then with her, my friend, she's about to move. So she wanted to kind of explore and see if that might be a potential like location for her. So, hey, I think it was a 10 out of 10 trip. We had a good time. It was very insightful. It was a forward moving trip. Like I like those trips where I go away and I come back feeling different or feeling like I see things differently in a way that'll, play out like in a physical sense. Like, I don't know, I guess I would say I like going on a trip and experiencing internal change that I come back home and I'm able to turn it to external changes, like actual forward movement, like mental movement that translate into like actual movement in my life. So I think it was a 10 out of 10 trip. But yes, y'all, it has just been like an influx of people that I don't have that level of closeness with, feeling like they can reach out to me at any given time. And I have boundaries in place for even those that I am that close with. Like, you, just because I'm free does not mean I'm available. And just because I'm available doesn't mean I want to take up time, talking with you in particular. And there's no shade. It's just like I might not be in the space or might not have interest in socializing at that given time. And that's okay. Like, nobody's entitled to talk to you or communicate with you at any given time. I don't know where that gets lost in translation. I probably can work on that myself when I'm wanting to talk to others or wanting their attention. But yeah, nobody's entitled to your time or your socialization. Like, nobody's entitled to that. So I'm really having to go and see what my transits are, because like I said, it's just been people, like a lot of people calling me. Like, I work at 11. There's been people calling me at like 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. just to talk. And it's like, damn, can the sun rise? Like, can I get up and see what's going on with me? Can I get my mood set for the day before I clock into work for 8 hours a day? So you've called and disrupted me only for you to go on with your day because you don't have nothing going for the rest of the day. Whatever. So yeah, and then it's like I said, just people that aren't that close with me feel like they can call me like well into the evening. First of all, feeling like you can call me is crazy. You are crazy. If you are crazy. No, we need to talk about that ahead of time. Like, I just am not that kind of girl. Like, you really gotta arrange that with me. Social anxiety wise, I'm just not. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, I'm trying to see what this Mercury retrograde is going to give. My only defense against Mercury retrograde feelings, because I do feel things slowing down. I do feel communication slowing down. I do see that my phone is like more more dry in terms of people that I actually want to talk to. And I always feel like that during retrograde. I feel like the people that I don't really want to hear from start blowing me up, and then it's like people that I'm actually seeking clarity from or like wanting to chat with, nowhere to be found during the retrograde. But all these past people, hey, but it's just like, so I don't know. My best defense still against both Mercury retrograde and upcoming seasonal depression is this Nintendo Switch that I will be ordering tonight, and hopefully will be at my residence by Friday, because you're not gonna get me this year. Because I can already see, like, in the idle time that I have, I'm just like scrolling on social media. It's not doing a damn thing for me. Or I do have work projects, but it's just like I don't have any interest towards them because I'm just so understimulated in general. So I don't know. It's like I just feel like getting the Nintendo Switch will give me kind of something more to get into in my downtime. I did see one of those like Uber facts recently that said that playing video games makes you more creative, and I was like, might be onto something, because I was a gamer girl as a kid. Like, I was a gamer girl. I love video games. And I feel like that might be what I'm missing, like in terms of some stimulation. Like, it was nice to like escape into other worlds. And I think that's kind of where my creativity and imaginative nature started to come from, was like these video games that I was escaping into. So yeah, I'm ready for Mercury retrograde. I wish I could like say that, and I'm ready for Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I'm gonna see how it goes. I am still crafting some protective factors, but I think we'll be okay, y'all. I think we'll be okay. Just trying not to start anything new, just trying to rework things and do a lot of journaling and just look internally for the answers, because the answers are not going to be found externally for the next month or so, and communication is trash. So I'm just gonna do the best that I can. So yes, y'all, I'm about to hop off of here. I hope that gives y'all a good enough recap. I will try to do another vlog here soon. We'll see how things go. But I wish you all nothing but much love and many blessings, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.